What is up, you guys? This is Anime What Ifer here, and this will be Deku Part 4. No, wait, this will be Part 4 to What If Deku was Zoro's son, and I'm gonna be doing two new What Ifs soon. This will be What If Deku was the Flash, and What If Deku was the reincarnation of. Well, I don't actually know. This will be in the Naruto universe. I don't know if he's probably going to be Itachi, or he's going to probably be Naruto or Sasuke, or I wouldn't know actually. But I'm thinking about doing Minato, but I don't know what's it called, how it's going to work out. But I know he's going to be a reincarnation of him. Anyway, let's begin. So I did a randomize. I list all the people in Class 1A, and then I randomized the numbers to get Deku and Iida and Zoro and Mina in what's it called in the fighting. Or no, wait. Hold on. First, this is gonna be the heroes versus villains exam. So Zoro and Mina will be the heroes team, and Iida and Deku would be the villain team. Now, let's see. I don't know how I should start this, but they're going to be in the same room as in canon, and Zoro and Mina, since they're the heroes, they're gonna be like talking the whole time and just like goofing around while they're still like trying to find them. Oh, and for right now, this, as you can see in the picture, this will be Deku's hero costume, but he's not gonna have he's not gonna have those things on his arms. He's going to be wearing a tank top, and he's going to have a green band. Oh no, he's gonna have the same bandana as his father. He would have just given it to him. Yeah, but he doesn't have those swords, except for the white one. And how this will go would be Iida and Deku are arguing with each other because they don't like one another. They kind of don't talk to each other at all. But they know they had to work with each other. And Deku's just going to walk out the room, and Iida would try to become like impersonate a villain like he does in canon. But Deku's just like running towards them pretty much, and Zoro and Mina would start firing tape and acid, and Deku would be having like his observation hockey, like since it's like really good, he's just moving around and just dodging, and they're not understanding why it's not hitting him. It's like they can see not that, it's like Deku can see the future. But then Zoro starts throwing a bunch of tapes, like all random, and just, I don't know how he would do it, but it would just be like all over the place to the point where Deku couldn't dodge it, so he starts cutting it up. And Mina starts shooting acid on the floor and trying to trap Deku. And well, that's almost working. Deku would use I don't know, I think it'll be a 32 caliber. No. He would use an air slash with pressure, which would make I don't know Zoro's moves right now because I forgot. But let's just say he uses Tiger Lily air slash, and This slash would be, let's see. Let's say it just cuts probably 15% of the building, which is a lot since it would probably be as big as let's say somebody's room. Took out a good chunk. And Momo's talking to him. Not that. Momo is in that little, I forgot, in that little room with the rest of the people. And she's talking like how Deku is not, I really don't know. I think Deku, she would just talk about how Deku is not doing things right. And how she would just talk about how fudge. I'm really losing my touch right now. Anyway, she would talk about how he's screwing up and how he's not like how he's not protecting the bomb and how he's destroying things, and this could probably affect them. And you hear Bakugo talking like very angrily. I wouldn't know what she says. And she would probably say, "Oh, this little princess is so smart, is she?" And I think Sue, Sue would probably wouldn't care. She's just looking at Deku and starting to blush because, well, she likes him. That's not the point now. The point is Deku kicking their asses. Okay, so now Deku would be on the bottom floor, since he wouldn't be on the bottom floor. I think he would probably be like a one floor down. And let's see. He would be on the floor down. So Iida would hear this, and let's say that he's running towards them. But unbeknownst to the hero team, Deku can jump. Like, he can jump. They probably forgot about the test or whatever, like the physical test. And Deku's just jumped up, and he's what's called swings his sword, but he's not gonna swing. He's not gonna swing the blade. He's just gonna swing the wooden part of the blade, and he hits it like right in Zero's stomach, and it breaks like a few ribs. And Deku's like mad, but not to the point of killing. He's just mad at the fact that he fell down. Pretty much, he doesn't get angry as easily as Bakugo, but he has his moments. So he swings the I don't know what's the sheath of the sword. He just smacks it on him, and he has like the armament hockey, so that way it wouldn't break. And Zoro flew halfway across the room. And Mina sees this, and she starts to, I don't know, she just starts to use her acid and just like spraying it everywhere, and not knowing that she could probably kill him. Like, she can't, but she doesn't, like, she's used her anger's like right there because she's trying to like win. Deku wouldn't care about this, and he just instead of swinging on her, since she's a lady and he's not gonna fight her because she's not worth it. All right, she's kind of weak, so he's not gonna like waste his time beating on her. So he just swiftly hits her on the neck. And when I mean that, I mean he's using hockey and a lot of strength. But anyway, Iida gets mad at him because he shouldn't have done that. He said he's... I don't know what he's going to say, though. Because he's a villain as well. But he's just like telling him that he shouldn't have done that because she didn't deserve it. And Deku's like talking to Iida, telling him, well, we're kind of versing each other. I'm not supposed to go easy on them. This is an exam for us to become heroes one day. If they can't become heroes, then what's the point of doing all this? And Iida doesn't know what to say. As, you know, Iida doesn't care. Or, not that he doesn't care. He just doesn't have, like... I don't know, he just doesn't... He can't say nothing because he knows that Deku's kind of right. And Deku just walks off into the room and tells him that... No, okay, so what would have happened would... I think All Might would have just said Hero Team wins. And Deku walks in there and gives Bakugo a kiss on the cheek. And let's see. I don't know how to explain that part, though. I don't know how this will come up to the argument. But let's just say All Might says, okay, so you know what would have happened? Or something like that. I think he would tell them what they did wrong. And Momo just tells him, you're reckless. You didn't listen to your partner at the time to discuss a strategy. You went in there and just hurt them. That he should have been easy on them. And telling them to apologize to those two. But Deku's confused. And he's telling her, well, if I'm going to play the role of the villain, I can't be talking with my partner about this, because if we're supposed to be villains, we're supposed to be reckless. We're supposed to do that because we're actually villains. Villains don't have the luxury of, like... No, wait, he would have just said villains would have the luxury of just destroying stuff because that's what makes them villains. If you wanted us to do what's called teamwork and be a little more easier on them, then you should have just gone home, because we're supposed to become heroes for a reason. Because we have to stop this. Real villains won't go easy on you or always have a strategy. They're supposed to be villains. Even though we can't do all this killing and stuff, they can. So it's up to us to actually fight them instead of expecting them to not fight back using cheap tricks, a lot of damage, a lot of destruction, and all that. And Momo's hearing this, and she can't actually get mad at him either, because he's kind of right on that. I mean, I understand too. And I'm the narrator of this damn thing, and even I'm impressed. But that's not the point. The point is, he just walks away, and pretty much it for the rest of the Heroes versus Villains exam. I wouldn't know what else would have happened since they do. Let's see. Yeah, they would have actually just gone and do the rest of the exams. And to tell you the truth, I randomized all of them. So on this one, it's Invisible versus and the Sugar Dude, and versus Duplo Arms and Momo. the hero team wins. Let's see, it's Kirishima and Ayanama, or it's Mr. Sparkle Dude. It's Glitterface. It's Barbie Girl versus Manetta and Denki. The hero team wins. Dark Shadow and Ochako versus Koda and Tail Dude. I wouldn't know. I think this will be kind of weird. But I think since Koda can't use he can't talk to animals here because there's no animals, I say the hero team wins. And you know what? Sue and Bakugo versus Todoroki and Jiro. And this will be kind of funny because both of them are trying to win on their own way. Sue is trying to prove that that if she wins, Deku would see her as a strong person, and if Bakugo wants to win, but she knows she has to work with Sue or Froppy, as I like to say. She would want to show Deku that she can do it too, and she can be nice and all that. But it's kind of funny. So it's going to be also with Todoroki and Jiro. So Sue and Bakugo versus Jiro and Todoroki, and this is how it happens. Todoroki starts to ice up everywhere, and I mean like everywhere, and Jiro starts to feel like the coldness, and she's like telling him that he's a part of the team, that she's right there, she shouldn't like be iced to death. And Todoroki's just like heating up that part of the place, but not the whole other arena. So Sue is feeling the effects of this. She starts to like, I forgot what they said. Oh man. Okay, so I did science, but fudge. Hyperventilate? No. What do animals do when they hibernate? Okay, I'm not a complete idiot. Thank you, Lord. But no, that's not the point. Froppy's starting to feel this, and Bakugo's like mad at the fact that she's starting to hibernate. So she starts blowing up stuff, and like I don't know how to say it, but she's like heating up everything. So Sue's like kind of sleepy, but not fully asleep yet, or not fully asleep. So Todoroki goes there, and Jiro stays. And every time every time Todoroki goes there, like starts to walk around, he's like icing up again, like just making sure that everything is cold, so that way they won't have to like deal with them. Todoroki wants this to be like swift and just as get rid. He wants to finish this quickly. So Bakugo is starting to keep blowing up stuff, and Sue is like sleepy but not sleepy. She's in between, since she's still feeling the cold, but she's not there yet. So Todoroki would see them, and Bakugo is getting mad because she has to keep blowing up stuff for Sue to be awake, and she's doing a lot of explosions, and the gauntlets on her are small, but not as small. They're like slim enough for her to at least keep blasting. And since they're smaller, but they're small, but they still pack a lot of punch. Cause whatever the I forgot, it's the one that makes the hero gear. That team, they made it to the point where she can explode, but probably 10% less than the cannon gauntlets. So that happens, and she's exploding a lot, and Todoroki's just like icing, like making ice walls and stuff. And Bakugo keeps just exploding because she trained with Deku. Since she trained with Deku, her explosions are probably 10% more. Let's say 2 times more. And it keeps exploding. And Todoroki has to keep like icing up, but he's starting to feel the effects of like the frost. But he refuses to use his father's side. Quote. But no, anyway. So she keeps exploding. He keeps icing up. No matter how many times these two keep fighting, they're getting closer and closer to Todoroki, and Todoroki's getting closer and closer to feeling frostbite. So he's not using his fire side at all. I mean, yeah. And Todoroki, I don't know why he has that ice thingy on his like on the side of his like freaking, you know, whatever that thing was on his side, that ice. Man, I am sucking today at this. But that other part of him that has the ice covering his body, that's not helping at all. That's just making things worse. So he's just, as far as I know, he just keeps attacking and attacking until his frost bite goes and he's getting affected, but he still refuses to do it. Like to use his ice side. And during the explosion, Todoroki used let's say that Todoroki can use like ice balls, and he's throwing it at Bakugo, and Bakugo's couldn't catch. No, her reflexes. No, not that. Oh, come on, think. She wasn't fast enough to block it all, so Sue used her tongue on her. She wraps her tongue around her and pulls her away. And Bakugo's now mad because she got saved by somebody. And she feels kind of like angry about this. So she's exploding even more. Let's just say that's her thing. She just gets more angry. And a lot of explosions keep coming off of her. And Todoroki can't like she? Yeah, it's still she. This female Bakugo we're talking about. She can't fudge, what was I just saying? Todoroki can't keep up with this, and his frostbite keeps going and going and going until it stops at Todoroki having like completely frostbite. His skin is kind of purplish, and it's healed. Some of the parts of his arms and like hands are purple. Some of it can be healed, but some can't. So now he's kind of purple. And yeah, so he gets blasted away from the wall or the hallway, and he's knocked out. And Sue, he handcuffs, or no, he doesn't handcuff. He ties him up, and they go for Jiro. And since Jiro heard all this, she made a plan. The moment those two walk in, she's just gonna No, I think she's gonna move the bomb to a different location to make sure that none of this happens, or not none of this happens. I would probably say that she would just move the bomb so that way they couldn't find it. Yeah. So, Bakugo is like searching every room until they reach Jiro, and she starts like blasting both of them with sound waves, and both of them are in pain. I mean, it's going directly into the ear, so it's going to cause a lot of vibrations, which, let's see, which would make the eardrums kind of bleed. I mean, this isn't permanent damage, but they can't hear as well. So they keep blasting at her until, what's it called, Froppy, since all she can see is Bakugo, she keeps blasting at her, and she's like in front of the door by now, but Froppy, she's sneaking on top of the ceiling and walking there. After that, she just jumps on the bomb and tells them, you hear like hero team wins, and Zero sees Sue on top of the bomb, and whatever she just says, Carol. Anyway, so what's called Deku runs inside the thing, and she picks up Bakugo and Sue, since she was hurt too, and he just like runs like as fast as hell to get over there. And after that, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna cut to the point where, let's see, I would say that, yeah, Deku would be in the not medical center. Oh, geez, the infirmary? Yeah, I think that's it. So they will be in the infirmary, and they're both like, well, Sue is waking up, and she sees Deku, and she's kind of blushing, and tells Deku what happened. No, wait. And Deku tells her what happened. And Deku's just saying that, oh, I just came to get you guys since you guys were kind of, knocked out. And I forgot to mention it, but what's called Froppy did like get knocked out since she kind of did her hibernation, which would kind of like decrease her stamina. And since she got like blasted with gosh, I'm sorry, it's nighttime right now. But anyway, since she got blasted while she was like, when she lost her stamina, she kind of couldn't like handle it until she just she climbed and got on top of the bomb. So after that, she just passed out. So yeah, not Deku, and Froppy, yeah, Froppy would tell them thank you and stuff, and Deku doesn't know that Froppy likes him, and I'm gonna make this Froppy x Deku x Explosion Boy or girl. But yeah, and this is gonna happen in the next part, but I'm gonna this is where the ship does happen. I forgot. So after that, Bakugo wakes up, and she wakes up and she says, "Where am I?" And Deku just tells her that they're in the infirmary as well. And Bakugo's mad because she thought that she lost, but Deku said that no, you kind of got this wrong. You technically won. And she hears like the word technically, and she says, "How did I technically win?" Deku would just tell her that Froppy kind of got on the bomb, got on top of the bomb, captured the bomb for them, so they won. But Bakugo would have passed out since she overused her stamina too, with exploding all that stuff. And after she got hit by the what's that thing? By Jiro's like fudge, I keep forgetting that thing. By Jiro's sonic boom, supersonic explosions. She would have gotten mad because she lost. In a way, she won. She knows she's won, but due to the fact that somebody else did it and not her, she feels kind of like angry at herself at the fact that she feels like she disappointed Deku, because it wasn't her that got the bomb. It was Froppy. But Sue says if it wasn't for her, she would have been asleep already. So she doesn't know what to do. She's just mad and just curses at her. But she knows that she saw how how she looks at Deku, and I don't know what to say. Actually, I would probably think that Luffy would be there too, and talking to Deku as well. But after they're done talking, like they're still asleep. Like they're going to sleep still and like recover for a while longer. They're gonna recover for a little while longer. And this is when Luffy walks up to him and tells him that he's happy and proud at the fact that that Zoro's teachings are being used for the right purposes. And he tells Deku how was like not that he would talk to Deku, since he doesn't talk to him all the time, but he does see him, and he knows that his dad works for him, since they're still like a crew, even though they aren't always with each other. But he used to tell him about all the times that he trained with Rayleigh, that dude, the dude with the white hair. I think this was during the This was you know what? They talk for a while about how Luffy used to train and how Zoro told him about his past and how he trained. And Deku's like seeing more of a side, since Deku and Zoro are like in a good relationship, like as father and son, like they're talking to each other, but he doesn't like bring up the past all the time, especially not the one where Zoro's friend died when his friend died. And Deku's like hearing what he's saying, and this inspires Deku to like train even harder, because he doesn't want Bakugo to die, or his mother to die, or even Zoro to die. He wants to become the best swordsman like ever, if not the strongest that can protect the world. But after that, probably a couple of days later, let's see. I know this. I think. Let's say Deku and Bakugo are on a date right now, and doing all that stuff. No, not that. Come on now. You know what? They're gonna be on a date. They're gonna be on a date, and they just do whatever people do on a date. And Bakugo talks to him, and she feels like quitting. Like she feels like she should just like get out of that school because she felt like a loser that day. Since she never loses. Well, except for like when fighting Deku, but to her that's kind of different. And Deku gets mad and tells her to not give up and to be strong because I don't know what kind of encouraging words he would say, but I know he would tell him that she shouldn't give up just because she lost or she didn't actually do it herself. This just he's telling her this just proves that he must train more harder, that she should just train more harder so that way she wouldn't ever let that happen again. And they train for a little bit, like probably on Saturdays and Sundays, since she does want to get stronger. But yeah, today this one was off script. Like, I don't know how to like write the stories all the time, but I do know that this one was off script and this was just like on the top of my head. But I am gonna ship the stuff. Like, I'm gonna ship the three of those people together, and this is going to be like I said before, a Froppy X Deku X Bakugo. Just because I always wanted there to be like this kind of relationship where there's a yin and yang. Froppy is the sweet and mostly smart kind, and she's not always like angry and Bakugo is usually the one that yells a lot and explodes people. Well, she is a ticking time bomb, but that's not the point. The point is, I always wanted this kind of relationship to happen. And I do hope that you guys like it. If not, I would probably redo it. But I'm gonna keep the people fighting in the heroes versus villains team. I'm gonna keep that the same. And if you didn't like it, then I'm sorry. But I'm gonna try to do this more better. And I do also apologize for not like for talking a lot and usually like messing up my words. I don't know why I do that. I'm talking to a phone basically, and that's the funny part to me. But I know that I'm gonna keep trying to get better at it. Sorry if it took a little longer than expected. But if you did like it, please do comment, like and subscribe. I want to get the channel to at least, I believe I said 500 likes. Not 500 likes. I want to have at least 500 subscribers. So, I want to have 500 subscribers. I want to do this. I want to make this, I want to make it in the what ifers. But yeah. And let me know what kind of what if you want me to do. Because I'm not going to always do the same ones forever and ever. But I probably am. And I also do want to know what you would like. Like, say, what if Deku had the gum fruit, or what if Deku had boosted gear? Yeah, like, let me know. I want to hear all this stuff from you guys. I want to see what kind of new adventure comes out of me talking out of a phone, even though for some reason I have stage fright. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and this is Ivan Torres, aka Anime Whatever. Bye.